Welcome to AOL. Welcome to AOL Underground.
Today we have two guests with us. Would you please state your handles and the years you're active on AOL?
Yeah, I go by shellz, and I was on AOL from 96 to 2009.
I go by tagz. I was on AOL from like 95 to 2008, I believe.
Nice. And shellz, when did you first use a computer?
Well, I first used a computer in elementary school. It was like 93, 94. It was a Mac, so I really didn't know what I was doing. But in 96, my dad bought me my first computer. It was a Hewlett-Packard with an IBM screen from PC Richards.
Nice. Tagz?
I believe it was Windows 95, and it was like my uncle's computer. And I just started playing like Doom on it a lot. And my cousin actually introduced me to AOL, and I was like talking to girls on there, like when I was just a little kid.
Did you think they were good? Well, looking back on it, do you think it was actually girls?
Oh yeah, when I was looking back on it, no, this is probably some weird ass creeper dude. But
Can you talk about the first time you were on AOL?
you're talking about me or shellz?
Two Tagz.
First time I was on AOL, I think it was like AOL 3.0, I believe. And like I said, like my cousin would be like, go in there and talk to these girls. It's called like internet sex or whatever. And he'd like tell me what to say and stuff. I remember like having a conversation with some random ass person talking about like giving her red wine and stuff. Shit was weird. Now that I look back at it. I mean, like that was like my first experience.
And they're probably dudes.
Yeah, it was probably a dude.
Did you ever play Leisure Suit Larry?
No.
I think Whitey Cracker has a song on it, but like you were this cartoon guy named Larry, and he'd wear a leisure suit, which is like I don't know, I think it's like a '70s outfit with like a giant collar, and like the whole point of the game is to walk around and like talk to ladies and try to score.
Yep.
Yeah, I bump Whitey Cracker like all day.
Nice. So, shellz, how did you find the scene?
Well, I think AOL 4.0 or 3.0 came with my computer. And I had the only way on the internet was through AOL. So I logged into AOL. I had this super whack screen name, and I just joined a lobby, a chat room, and like third month of me using AOL, I seen somebody using a Pokemon prog, and they were like battling out like through program, like just type in like pick Pikachu or dot pick Pikachu, and they'll give them like it'll scroll a list of like what his moves are, and I'm like, wow, this is awesome. So I'm like, how do I get this? So I even walked to like PC Richards, and I'm like, hey, do you guys have like the Pokemon prog? Do you know where I could get it? And they didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. So when I went back home, I did my research, and behold, I found the website and everything to download it. And that's how I got into the scene, pretty much, just like that.
It was like a Visual Basic program.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It was like a Pokemon battle. It was like you pick the Pokemon, any type of Pokemon, and you just battle it out. What you type down.
How'd that lead to the scene?
Well, it would, like, I think when you exit the prog or when you start it, it'll scroll this link. And when I clicked to the link, it was a website, and through the website, it had other links. And one of the links was to Lens Hell. And so when I got to Lens Hell, I remember the first prog I actually downloaded was called Indian Invasion. It was so fucking weird. And I loaded it up, fucking Indian music start coming out. And I would like scroll micros, and like, I think the punt exploits were dead at that time. So it wouldn't do nothing really. It was just a fader, and it would scroll fucking micros pretty much. And then it would have chat rooms in the program. And it was like I think it was like VB3 or VB4, something like that. And then progs with a Z. So I joined progs, and I'm like, holy shit, everybody's using programs. And after that, it was over from there.
Interesting. What about you, Tagz?
I think like the first time I like got introduced to like programs and stuff, I was in chat rooms just messing around, like talking to people, trying to get to know people. It was like the M&M Arts and Entertainment chat room, and I just seen like labels of songs playing in the chat room, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" Like I had no idea what it was, but come to find out, it was EP3 that everybody used.
Yeah, classic. Yep.
Wait, what P3?
The EP3.
The CCOM.
Yeah, it was like the media player everyone used back in
It was
the
like a
day.
chat command that you could just play your music through just type in like .play, and then you put this type of song right after.
Yeah,
Play the song that you
I
just.
do like a quick search through your playlist and play that song.
So sorry. So EP3, it's like an MP3 player.
Yeah, it was basically an MP3 player. It was what they call CCOMs. You type in commands in the chat room and it'll do it through the program.
So to make the music play, you wouldn't click a button in the program. You would type in the chat room so everybody knew what you were listening to.
Yeah, well,
Yep.
so there was buttons you could play on the iFace. You could click those, but a lot of people just like showed off their music playlist, basically, I think. So you could type like R space and then a little bit
for
of the
random.
title
Oh my
of the
God.
song, and it'll find it in your playlist and it'll play it. And it'll be like now playing, and it'll tell you like the whole song. that's
Eminem,
played.
Superman, or something like that. Yeah.
Interesting. I'd never seen those.
But they had like ignore commands,
Mm-hmm.
all kinds of stuff on there. But that was like the first thing that got me looking like, what is this? Like, what is this? You know, I didn't know nothing about programming back then.
Shellz got pulled in with Pokemon, and Tagz got pulled in with music.
Yep.
And then what happened from there? Like, how did you guys progress deeper into the scene?
Well, it took me a while to get into the scene because everybody was just, they were assholes. So it was hard for me to get into the scene because I was a noob. So I remember one time.
Being a noob's hard.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Did I cut
I said being a noob's hard, man.
Oh my God, super hard. And like, I remember I was in VB or Progs, I forgot, and somebody was showing off their cracker. I'm like, man, this is cool. Like, he's actually cracking screen names. This is cool. And I downloaded it, and nothing happened. And I'm like, oh man, I probably don't have like the right OCX or the right DLL file. And I remember it was like one night I was in the living room, and my parents are watching TV. I'm on the computer and shit, and I had this porn file saved on my computer, like this porn video. And I guess the dude who sub-7'd me or used MoSucker, I don't know what it was, sub-7 or MoSucker, he loaded the video from my files. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like clicking it. I'm like, damn, I can't, like, this shit's popping up on my screen. And my parents are behind me. So then he's like, hey, quit doing that. And I'm like, how the hell is he talking to me? And I'm like, yo, look, man, I'll do anything. I just want to learn. And after that,
Wait, how are you talking to him?
I think he was using a sub-7 or MoSucker, some type of a rat. I don't know what it was because
but how are you chatting though? Was it audio or text?
Oh no, it was text. My whole screen turned black, and it was like, yeah, and I'm like, and he's like, hey, stop doing that. I'm like, what the hell? And I'm just looking back at my parents, and I'm like, whoa, this is awesome. I'm like, look, whatever you want, I'll give it to you. I just want to learn. And there was this guy named Nas, Nas. And from there, he was just teaching me stuff little by little, He wasn't giving me everything. He would just make me work for it, like debating for overheads or using spammers for people to go to like these fake AOL websites that looked like AOL, but it wasn't. But they would fall for it because they're stupid. But yeah, shit like that.
Wait, so they'd fall for what? They put in their credentials?
Yeah, pretty much because there was a spammer. I forgot what was it called, but it would change your whole screen name. I mean, you could whatever screen name you put down on it, it would show up in their inbox as that screen name.
Oh,
so it could be like AOL member. Hey, you just received. It was like a Valentine's Day scan. It was like put your credentials in and receive this Valentine, and then it wouldn't do. I don't know what it would do, but when they put the credentials in, I would just get an email text through my email of their credentials and stuff like that. So I pretty much had to like work for it,
Interesting. So like it modified the headers or something in the email?
Mm-hmm. But the website was hosted through GeoCities or Angel Fire, I forgot. One of those.
Those were the best. So, Tagz, how did you progress from playing music in the room to for other things?
So I just kind of like got to know people, and like I think I started begging people for like source codes and stuff, or like examples of things, so I can just learn like how everything works. So I started like making the dumbest things like scrollers. I remember like my first official project was a screen caser.
What's that?
So it puts an indent in front of your screen name. So like in chat rooms there will be a space in front of your name and everyone else's would be like normal. There was a
Wait. How's that work? How do you get a space in front of your name?
I think it was when like AOL 8.0 came out, there was some kind of exploit with the welcome screen. Like as soon as you signed on, it says welcome, and then it says welcome, comma, and then your screen name. But there was some exploit somebody found where you can like pop that window up with like API spy, and it like indents your screen name for you.
So if it's indented there, it's indented everywhere?
Yeah, like it indents it like in the chat rooms and instant messenger.
Is it just for that session?
No, it does it like permanently until you change it back or whatever.
So like it would change it in the database.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I remember the exploit lasted like like a week.
Yeah, and then someone found it again, and then
Mm-hmm.
lasted for like a month after that.
So how did you find the exploit for the screen name indentation? Someone gave it to you, or?
One of my buddies that was like kind of coaching me on how to program in Visual Basic 6, he gave me like the source code for it, but he didn't tell me like how it worked. He just gave me like the codes in his base file. So I like spent hours upon hours. I dropped out of high school just to be on AOL and start programming.
Yeah, I did too.
It was
I did
bad.
too. I did too. I did too.
Hours of debugging, frustrations like that. Like I finally like figured that out. Like got like the common stuff down, and I just kept working at it.
Why quit high school to pursue being on AOL today?
Now that I look back on it, I have no fucking idea.
To me, I just didn't want shit getting away from me, like exploits, like methods dying, or like figuring out like stuff. Like I just didn't like. I wanted to know everything, and people figure shit out like at 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning. Like it's really AOL could be really random, especially if you're not the one finding exploits or methods or shit like that, you know.
Yeah.
And like you never know how long the method or the exploit will last.
You also get like a adrenaline rush too
Yes,
when you
yes.
find stuff out like that, or when you can figure out how to do something.
So it sounds like it was like the sense of accomplishment and an addiction.
Oh yeah,
Pretty much status. Pretty much, yeah. You're absolutely right. And plus, it was like other like crews going on, and people were like sticking together and stuff like that. Like those dudes from AOL files. Like I never seen them around, but they were like doing so much work, and I didn't know how. Like they were bringing up these tokens, and like this is after a while. I remember like receiving a email of Merlin and Chris. I'm like, how the hell? Like, how am I getting this? You know, without access. And that's when everything started coming together and stuff like that.
Wait, what do you mean the email about Merlin and Chris? Like somebody told you about it?
As someone said, he was the first one to get access. Well, to receive that actual Merlin program. You know, and then once he received that, and I guess they abused the shit out of it. Everybody started getting it. Like I remember there was like a spam. Somebody just spammed it to chat rooms. They used to collect chat rooms from each chat room. They should collect every screen name and then just spam that whole Merlin to everyone. It's just you can't do nothing with it without access though, you know? Like you can't log into Merlin with your IP address. So it's pretty much nothing. It's pretty much what they couldn't do shit with it, you know? Unless you had access to AOL and Merlin together.
Yeah, people used to run proxies too, though, to mask their IP address.
Yeah, it sounded like with Merlin you had to have like a Trojan on the inside, right, to tunnel through. So can you talk a little bit more about the different crews?
Well, I don't know what year I met Tagz, but it was the same year I met fucking Zone. But after a while, I think this was like 2004 or 3, this program came out called Methodist Tools. And I never used the fucking thing, but for some reason the chat room was always full. there was always a lot of people in there, private room Methodists. And then I remember one time I went in there and I'm like, damn, who the hell are these people? And I had a buddy of mine, I won't mention his name, but a good friend of mine. And he started, there was this really cheesy crew or whatever, posse or whatever the fuck you want to call it, an AOL lobby something. And it was just a bunch of, I don't know, a bunch of people. And they were called Envy because I guess they wanted people to envy them. So what my friend did, he was like, hey, look, we're going to create something called Envy 2. And then from that, everybody just had a liking to it. And he just started recruiting a bunch of people. And then from the people he started recruiting, he just like dismissed everybody that didn't know how to do shit and just recruited everyone that knew how to do something. Like Tagz, Zone, me, this guy named Tragic, a bunch of other guys. And what we did is we just put everything together and and this is when AOL was just about to die. This is like when cracking methods were like people were using talk crackers to crack AIMs, you know? And it was at that point that AOL was really going downhill and something was going to happen. You know, internet was going to evolutionize to something else, you know? And that's when, you know, Camel talked about he was really putting that work in from getting into having Merlin access and Chris access because at that point, that was the only way to get screen names, you know, is to go through that. So,
are you saying phishing didn't work anymore?
Nah, because they were just patching all the methods up. Like everything was just getting patched up.
So the security team was like they had their shit together.
Yeah, they really had to. Like Camo said, man, it was a really they had a really good security team up there in AOL, man. And that's when we started actually socialing, you know. And I remember I got this one text, and it was just the whole like what to say. And, you know, I have like social anxiety, so it took me a while to actually talk to them. And then,
wait, who's them?
The AOL representatives, AOL reps.
So wait, so you got a script
to
call. So how'd the script go?
I really don't remember it. I mean, hi, my name is Thomas, whatever.
Thomas Doolittle.
Yeah, I'm from the Merlin Research Department in Dulles, Virginia. How you doing? You know, shit like that. And then, you know, at one point, dude, everybody and their mother was fucking using it. So AOL got a hold to it. They're like, man, these motherfuckers they're trying to really, you know, dick us around. And then, you know, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. But at one point I was just like, you know, I'm bilingual. I think I could rephrase this a little bit and change it in Spanish. And it was working for like a good 6 months. And it was working so good that at one point, I remember the screen name Shell, SHELL, was an internal. And I never got it in my life. Never had it in my life. And then one time, a good friend of mine, he was doing the same thing as me. And then I woke up one next morning. He's like, look, bitch, you're welcome. And he actually pulled that name for me. And I remember after that, a few weeks later, AOL just died. Everything just died.
Well, like AOL stopped serving up AOL? Pretty
much. Yep.
Did you have that screen name then on AIM?
Nah. What I did was... it was like an AOL representative. I don't know what it was, but I know it was an internal. It was an int. And I decided to change my handle to shellz with a Z at the end, since shellz already taken too by another person in AIM. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to use this instead of shell. But I did get shellz, and I still use it to this day as an email.
Wait, at AOL.com or just
other
providers?
At AOL.com.
Interesting. So Tagz, man, tell us about the cruise.
So, like, when I first got into this, I was hanging out in, like, the Eminem chat room or rap battles room. I was like, crazy into hip-hop and, like, getting into the programming stuff at the same time. So, before I even started coding, like, I started, like, not getting along with certain people that rapped. So, we had this whole thing where we did, like, rap battles back and forth to each other.
Dude, I remember that one song you and Tragic and somebody else made, I think.
Yeah, I still got him.
What? Oh yeah. My God, that's crazy.
We should put them in the show notes if you're okay with that.
For real. Hey, they weren't that bad.
I got the files on a hard drive still. But
that's what's up.
So like The coolest thing I think though, like looking back at that, you know who Hobson is? He's kind of like a big deal. Like he went mainstream. He's like a hip hop rapper now. But I knew him from AOL chat room at
What?
rap battles before anybody even knew of him.
That's crazy. I did not know that. That's
Yeah.
crazy, Tags. That's awesome. That
But
is
yeah,
awesome.
so these guys that I was dissing, like they did programming too on the side. So we'd send like diss tracks back and forth or whatever. Like sometimes it was like serious, sometimes it was just funny. And then I got to know like a little clique: Smurf, Snap, Frogs, Blow. There's a few other guys, but I can't remember the names off the top of my head. But they started showing me like really how to program and stuff. And then me and Zone built a cracker. We started like getting into like screen names and stuff. And then they started showing me like how to send out mass emails and how to make money off affiliates, just spamming porn links basically. So I started doing that. I got really good at it. I was making like $500 a week
What?
just by running a spam program that emailed like links. So you'd get paid out a certain amount for signups, and I was like
That's crazy.
16 years
I
old.
never got into that.
But I joined up with NV2 with shellz.
What's NV2?
It was our little crew that we were running, like what he was talking about, like NVS basically.
Oh, okay.
So we were making fun of, there was this crew in the lobbies and like regular lobbies, like fine chat room, lobby 1, lobby 2, whatever. And there were just a bunch of fucking hood rats and shit. And they were running, and they would have this crew called Envy. And then we would go back and forth. I think they had this one guy who knew how to do shit, but one of my buddies, he made NV2 just to make fun at them, you know. And then we ended up getting really popular, like bigger than actual Envy, and it was just the funniest thing ever. It was the coolest thing ever. I thought.
Interesting. So the NV2, you had like Frog and some other people, and you're all in NV2, and then what happened?
I got a hold of sub 7 from somebody. They like explained how it worked, and I don't remember like who exactly I sent it to, but it's I had this exe compiler where you can like put the sub 7 and embed it into like a regular exe file. And then once they opened it, like I had full access to their computers, like what he was talking about. You can like send text messages to them and stuff. So I started doing that to people that like never liked me. Like I would play this innocent person and be like, I'm sorry, man, like whatever we had going through, check out this new program I made though. Because everyone was...
Tags, I think you did that to me one day, yo.
What a dick move.
Might have been.
I remember somebody in the MV2.
It might have been me, honestly.
You motherfucker. I remember somebody in this NV2. Like, I remember I was calling up this cracker. It was like the first CCOM cracker ever. And I think I was the only one who had this method. Nah, a couple people did. And then you were like, I think you got into somebody else's screen name. I mean, I think you sub 7 somebody else in NV2. And then you acted like him, and then you hit me up. And they're like, yo, what do you think about the cracker? And I loaded it up, and I was like, oh, shit. I'm fucked. I had to, like, I had to reformat the whole computer right there. It was the worst shit ever, yo.
Yeah, that might have been me, honestly. I don't remember who it
Hey,
was.
yo, I take my hats off to you, man. Yo, you executed that perfectly. You're the man for that.
No remorse tags?
Nah.
No, I feel bad about things I did.
Nah, it's no harm. Like,
no, I don't feel bad for you though, because I didn't have any
Perfect.
bad intentions at the end of the day. But like, I got so stupid. Like, I figured out how to make deltrees, and I would compile them into like, because I could change like icons and stuff on applications. I'd make it look like a picture, and I'd just send it to random people. And as soon as they opened it, their whole computer just crashed.
I did that too. I called it like Playboy.exe and I sent it to people.
I feel bad for like stuff like that, like innocent victims I didn't even know.
Hey, Tex, tell them about that. Because seriously, you're probably the pioneer of this. In some way, somehow, Tragic probably sent me the source code to it, and then I went off with it. But you probably were the one who created it. About that fake that program we were talking about on Facebook. That
With the fake AOL thing.
Yeah, bro.
That was
Yo, that
dumb.
was genius. That was the most genius thing ever.
So when AOL 9.0 came out, it like would have this error where it would like restart AOL, and it would like sign you off, in the bottom right hand corner it would say redialing to like sign you back in. So I started getting into like credit card things, but that's all I'm gonna say about that. But my dumb ass was like, why don't I create a program to make it look like you got kicked off AOL? So I started like getting screenshots of like the sign in screen names for AOL, to where it would like make you sign back in and stuff. It was like so perfect you couldn't even tell that it was fake. But as soon as it did all that, it would throw you in a private chat room, and it would
Without you knowing. Without you knowing.
it basically like keylog everything you did. So it'd give you the screen name, it'd give you the
The password, your address, your social, everything. It would
yeah,
make
and
that
then
screen and scroll in the chat room.
while you're typing all this, I just like hid the AOL screen, and then I'd have it kick the screen name back out of the chat room, and then I'd have it clear like the history so you couldn't tell what the last room you went in was. But like I was getting credit cards from that. I was getting
Oh my
screen
god.
names, like all kinds of dumb things.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. When Tragix sent me that source code, I'm like, you know what? Like nothing against like gay people or anything like that, but they're really like vulnerable, like there's some freaky motherfuckers. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just send it to the gay chats. And dude, I remember every day I used to get like 30 valid credit cards every day. It was the craziest thing ever.
Well, so your email that you sent out, what was the pretext? Like, I mean, was there a pretext or
Well, my email would be like, I would put like 19M California, ASL, ASX location. I put like 19M California. I'm looking, just sending my pictures out. I just need your validation. I just need you to tell me if they're hot or not. So I went on a gay porn website. I took the pictures from there and I added it on the source code, because what it did was, once you open, and it was so weird because it was a .exe, but people didn't know about that, because it wasn't a .jpeg or a GIF or nothing like that. It was a .exe, but they don't know about that shit.
Did you make the icon the picture or what?
Yeah. It would be an icon, yeah, because on Visual Basics you could change the icon to anything.
It'd be like a fake picture for the icon.
Exactly.
So you're changing the icon,
Yeah.
and it's a picture of some dude you found on the internet, but it's an exe file, and people. It's so funny. That's one of the problems from Windows 3.1 to Windows 95. They did a real disservice to the users by hiding the file extension.
Yeah. I took notice of that. We had it it was real easy too. It was like taking candy from a baby. And it's like,
Yeah, that's a perfect way to put that.
and then once they clicked it, this is what I did. Like the source code you had, it was perfect. I was like, just let me make it my way. Once they clicked it, it showed like it came up, iFace interface or whatever.
I had a pause on it though.
Yeah. It would show up, and they'll send me. They'll be like, "Hey, do you have more?" And I'll be like, "Wow, he fell for it." And then once
you actually showed a picture when it came up? You're saying?
Yeah, it would show multiple pictures because it was
basically like a VB6 application, but it was like a fake photo gallery.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh wow. Okay, yes. So people weren't suspicious at all. In fact, maybe they'd forward it to their friends and stuff too. But like, you gotta check this guy out.
That's what I'm saying. This guy's a genius. And once they exited it, you know what? They didn't even have a chance to exit it. It would just leave. And in order for you to see it again, you had to click it again. But there was a pause. There was like a 10-second, 20-second pause. And all of a sudden, your whole screen is covered by this. You need to update your AOL credentials.
Billing information.
Yeah, everything. Or your shit's going to get terminated. And then them alt control delete. It was, man, you just coded that shit perfectly, man. Like, my hat's off to you, man. Seriously.
Wait, but so if they'd already given you the credentials and the next time they ran it, would it do the same thing or not?
Yep, it would do the same exact thing.
So when people got suspicious,
I got lazy with it, like it could have got deleted. I just didn't care. I just wanted credit cards, But it worked. It worked.
So that was probably like the main flaw in that. Like you could open it again and it will do the same thing, But I mean, like, if no one's like smart or paying attention back in the day, like you wouldn't know.
Dude, I had these guys. These guys will open it like 10 times, man. They'd be like, "Send me more pictures." I'd be like, "God, these dudes don't stop." It was bad. Hey, there was some weirdos on AOL, man. I'm telling you, that one scene, that one episode you had with that one guy talking about, he was just like trying to like kick all the fucking weirdos out of AOL, man. He was right. There's some weird motherfuckers on there. There's some weird people on there.
Yeah, there was a lot of pedos too and stuff, but yeah.
Yes, man. Yes, it was awful. It was god awful.
Well, at least somebody taught them a lesson, I guess, right?
Yeah, dude, and it was crazy too because sometimes I'll get like 3 characters, because when they clicked it and the whole screen gets covered, they would join our private chat room that we had, and then once they're done putting the credentials in, they press OK. It with their own screen name, it would scroll their credentials in the chat room and then sign them off. It was such a badass thing. It was awesome.
I still have the source code to that, by the way.
Nice. I have to put that in the Smithsonian, man. That was a classic.
Interesting. Yeah, maybe we can post like a screenshot of
the
credentials screen or something.
So yeah, and this was like at the end of when AOL, at the tail end of AOL, when AOL was burning out, and like we had to get when everything wasn't just given to us, or stuff like that. But yeah, I remember when I got into like, I know you were spamming, you're doing affiliates, but I was just spamming for like screen names and credit cards and just carding stuff, like and carding shit, pretty much. I remember there's this one account. I remember it was an exploit that Mr. Cal found, KOWW, and he made, like, I remember he got like really like spooked out. He thought he was going to jail, but he put this one credit card in the program, and then he sent that program to like 10 other people, and we out of those 10 other people, including me, we made like 100 screen names each from that program. So that guy who had that credit card in the program that Mr. Cal used got billed, I don't know, like out of the ass. I know he did. But it was like a crazy exploit he found. And then I remember after that.
Wait, the exploit was to use the guy's credit card? This doesn't sound like an exploit at all.
Better? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was thinking about something else. He just made like a program that was with a credit card. And he was like, yo, look, you can make any screen name you want. And then, because we all needed like master AOL accounts, because everybody's accounts get terminated. And then we were all just making screen names with this program, and we didn't know we were actually carding screen names. It was the craziest shit.
So wait, how did the program work?
All right, so he made a program that you just put what screen name you wanted, what password, and it would generate it.
Okay, no, I get that part, but behind the scenes, like, do you know what it did? Like, how was it doing it?
I don't know.
Okay, no worries. I was just curious.
All I know is there was a credit card in there. Like, he didn't give me the source code or anything like that, but...
Do you still have it? Can we decompile it?
I don't have it, but maybe he has it. But
I'd have to check. I've got like so many programs still.
Hey, do you have Magenta?
It's possible. Like everyone keeps asking for that, but I haven't even booted up my.
Dude, it's like nobody can find Magenta. This guy Red King, Magenta. Apparently, like nobody can find it.
Damn, Magenta.
I've got a hard drive I can't get into from like 1999 with so much stuff on it.
Yeah, dude, I can help you get into that. There's something called file carving, and I've had to do it in forensic situations where so somebody deletes their partition, right? And you think, oh, hi, I deleted the partition. Now nobody can get the files. The files are still there.
Like you use CC Cleaner or something like that?
Yeah, it's still there.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, every file has a header, right? And like the first few bytes of the file will tell you what the file is, right? So like a zip file, there's certain like if you ever like use a hex editor, the first few bytes of the file, it'll say, oh, it's a zip file, right? But it's like bytes, and so then you can carve that file out. Because at the end of the file, there'll be some bytes to indicate the file's over, and that's how you carve the file, different file types. Yeah,
that's crazy.
The funny thing is, I still remember like the login password for that hard drive, but I just can't get it to boot up.
Oh, so wait, it's encrypted?
No, I don't think it shouldn't be encrypted. It's from like so long ago. But like it just won't like boot up on anything.
Hey, Steve will help you out. He got you. That's the man for that.
Yeah, dude. Oh yeah, if you get an image of it.
But yeah, if anything, that Magenta might be on there. I don't know for sure though, but there's so much stuff on there that I don't even remember what's on there.
Woo, Tags, you got to get in that, bro. You got to. Tags, come on, man. And then, I remember, too, like going into, just starting as a noob, I used to love when people would come in with overhead accounts and just scroll a bunch of fishes. I used to be like, yes, thank God I have AOL access again. That was the best thing ever when I was a noob. The best thing ever.
Yeah, I used to use Buddha's wall cyclone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Have you talked to Buddha at all,
Yeah,
Steve?
I'm friends with him.
Okay, Tag. Yeah, I know you are. How about you, Steve?
No, I don't know what we're talking about. What's Buddha wall cyclone? Who's Buddha?
Buddha was like the number one hated hacker back in the day. He used to live in his mom's basement. Everyone used to make fun of him. But he was a really good programmer.
Don't put this in the thing, yo. Don't put this in the. It's just a lot, and he made the ugliest fucking programs. Like they look like shit, and the damn chat send looked like shit. Like God, but they worked. You know, he made these fast crackers. Even though I think he used to take the source codes from Lens Hell, but you know who didn't? You know, but he used to make some good programs.
Did he make it look bad on purpose?
No, I don't think so. I just think it's just the way he is, man. And it was just the ugliest fucking thing.
Maybe his mom thought they looked good.
Wow.
Dude, when he loaded his programs and that shit loaded.
It would like spam a chat room as soon as you open it.
Oh my God, like 5 chat sends, dude. I'm like, chill. It was the worst thing ever.
And come to find out that they were like loaded with trojans and stuff and keyloggers.
He had his little crew too. He had a little squad too. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I remember now. The program, like I remember there was like the free AOL. You get AOL for like 90 days for free, and then after that it starts charging you. I think it skipped that phase or something like that. I forgot. But Tags, you remember this one exploit too that I think it was just like for like 2 days that you could create any screen name you want, like fuck shellz or AOL shellz or host shellz.
Yeah, I had a part in that actually. So there was an exploit going around. I'm not really sure exactly how it worked. It had something to do with the wall 5.0 file, but it would like give you access to make a new screen name. And they were like in the middle of an update or something. You can make like cat screen names or host screen names.
Mm-hmm. Or FSCTs, overheads. Yep. But it wouldn't gag. It was an AOL. What was it like AOL to 6.0? AOL, 5.0 to 6.0 or something like that, right?
No, it was 7 or 8.0, I believe.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
How'd this work? What did the WAOL like?
When you opened that application, it like ran under AOL 5.0 as kind of like a virtual machine. And then, if I remember right, there was like a keyword search you can go to on the AOL welcome screen. It would take you to this website and you can create a new screen name, because usually it'd be like 16 characters only or certain keywords you can't use, but that certain like search bar on the AOL screen, it would let you make whatever you wanted.
So was this a keyword you would go to?
It was a website. It was like a WAOL dot. It was something that wasn't supposed to be there on that website.
Yeah, but you had the thing was you had to use it was like Google, but it was for AOL. Like in the search screen, you had to put it in there or it wouldn't work.
But did you say there was a WAOL like DLL file or something?
Yeah.
Not the file, but the actual website.
Well, no, so the WAOL file, you open
yeah.
And it opens up AOL 5.0, and then you use the keyword search in AOL 5.0 to do it.
Was WAOL an executable or what was it?
Yeah, it was a DLL file, but you can execute it through VB6.
Okay, so yeah, I think you can execute some. Okay,
yeah.
And so it was like a special DLL file, and would you drop it in a certain directory?
Yeah, it was some weird exploit that lasted like a couple days. But the cool thing about it is you could keep that screen name as long as nobody reported it to AOL. So I had mine for like 6 months until I started cussing somebody out on it.
What? That's crazy. Yeah. I had mine for like 2 days. But the thing is, I didn't like it. You couldn't gag or you couldn't scroll. Like if you made like a host, like shellz or try to make an overhead, You know, you couldn't do nothing with it. It was just all show but no go. But it was cool though. I liked it. It was cool.
It was fun little exploit.
Yeah, it was. It was. I remember that one exploit too. I don't know where the hell I don't even know if this is even an exploit. But you could make those at mac.com aims, screen aims.
Oh yeah, I remember those.
I don't know where the hell that came from, but that was pretty cool.
I don't know how they did those, but a couple of my friends had them. They never told me how they did it though.
It was a screen name you could make. It would look like an email link, you know, like at shellz at AOL.com.
Like an Instagram base.
Yeah, it would be an aim though. It would be your whole aim. So I forgot how it was done, but I remember I had like 2 or 3 of them. But you could make your name, like, for example, Steve at mac.com. And that would be your whole screen name, though. But it would just be on AIM. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, kind of like how you could sign up with like Microsoft Live, but you could sign up with like a different email address.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. And it would be and it just wouldn't be the Steve, It would be the Steve at mac.com. That would be your whole screen name. So when you're chatting through AIM, that whole thing will come up. The whole thing will come up.
Was it just for Mac.com?
I think it was just Mac. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was just at mac.com, at mac.com. I don't know if they had like some thing going on, some like
had to be a cross promotion or something.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
So did you guys get in any trouble eventually, or?
So back like when I was like beefing with people, kind of like freestyle battles and stuff. There's this one guy, I can't even remember his name right now. I know his real name, but I forget his handle, so we'll just leave it at that. There's this thing called trucking.
What's that?
So it's basically when you make a false report and have the SWAT team go to someone's house.
Oh, swatting. But you guys called it trucking?
Yeah.
The damn fire truck come to your house too.
Wait. Why is trucking? Because the SWAT team has a truck?
No, because to me, trucking was like the fire truck or the damn ambulance would come to your house. You know what I'm saying? But people call it different, I guess.
We used to call it trucking back in the day, but it's SWAT, same thing basically.
Same shit.
Swatting, whatever.
So did you do swatting or somebody swatted you?
So this guy, somebody told him I was going to do it to him, which wasn't the case at all because I wasn't that hot-headed back then. So my mom's house address was registered to my grandparents' address at the time. So I guess he had somebody do it to me, but they ended up going to my grandparents' house.
Oh, shit.
Like, I guess the SWAT team showed up and stuff. They had their guns out. They knocked on the door and talked to them. And I didn't know about this until, like, the next day. But, yeah.
Well, how'd that go? Like, what was your grandparents' reaction?
I denied it. I denied everything.
Wait. Why would they accuse you? Why would your grandparents think you were involved?
Because my mom knew, like, all I did was do all kinds of things online and stuff. Like, they automatically assumed it was me. Like, I wasn't a good kid growing up.
Oh, wait. So they assumed that you sent the SWAT to their house?
They just assumed I had something to do with it, or like they were looking for me specifically, or something weird.
But in this case, it wasn't your fault. It was some other random asshole that you pissed off.
Exactly.
So did you get retaliation?
Yeah. So they talked to him and they left, I guess. So I used this thing called IP relay, which is what they used for what deaf people used to use to like make phone calls to people, and there'd be like an interpreter online and they'd like go back and forth with the conversation. So I used that through AOL, and I had pulled his address and stuff already. And I think I send the police now something to this extent, like they have a gun pulled out on me. And I guess from what I heard after that, SWAT came to his house and knocked his door down and drew guns like point blank and had everyone that was in that house lay on the ground.
God.
Then, like, I guess like right after all that happened, he got a hold of me like right away because he already assumed it was me, but I denied everything.
Nice.
One of his friends had told me exactly what happened, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Telling the AOL beef was serious, bro.
But I wasn't expecting it to go to that high of a level. But as soon as I
Would you thought the cops were gonna like bring him pizza or something?
well, I don't know. I was just like, fuck that. That was my grandparents' house, you know.
Wrong house, nimble.
But I never got in trouble for anything or caught for anything that I've ever done. Somehow, thank God.
God bless. God bless.
But your grandparents felt some wrath. It sounds like.
Yeah,
Big time.
that was bad.
And SWAT team don't play, man. They'll fucking. They don't care who's in the house, what dog, what's your age. They're getting in there, and everybody's going to the floor. SWAT team's a son of a bitch.
So, can we talk about this whole deaf thing and like how it worked, the IP relay? So, how would a deaf person talk on the phone for the IP relay? I don't understand how it works.
So there was like special commands you could say. I don't remember exactly what they were. The only reason I knew about it is because my cousin is deaf and she used to use it to like call us or other family members. But basically, like you'd send them a command or you'd say like call this number, and then like an operator would get a hold of you online. And they'll say like the phone is ringing, and then like if someone picks up on the other end, the operator will tell the person using IP relay that they answered, and they'll say this person said hello or whatever. They'll basically like interpret a whole conversation back and forth to a deaf person.
So, is this teletype?
Yeah, it's basically that, but it was called IP relay.
Okay, so it's basically like a chat, and you would be like, you type in someone's holding a gun to my head or something.
Yeah, it was like a screen name though. Like you could type IP relay in an instant message and just talk to them through instant messenger basically.
Wow. Okay, so you could be like, someone's holding a gun to my head, but they're letting me type in the computer. Can you send the cops?
Yeah, like basically.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Wow.
That
Yeah,
is
IP
crazy.
relay brought a lot of memories. That's pretty cool, man. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, and I used to use that for like social engineering too.
Yeah, yeah.
I had a problem like pretending to be somebody I wasn't.
Me
with my
too,
own
dude.
voice.
I just had the worst social anxiety ever. Like I just hated talking on the phone. Like I just hated just talking to other people.
Unless it was like a conference call.
Yes, yeah.
Deaf people need these services, and then you abuse them to SWAT people and social engineer people. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's what a method's for, man.
Well, I mean, when you put it that way, and now that I look back on it, it fucking sounds terrible.
Right, but at the time, it was brilliant, right?
Yes.
I mean, like, I was, 16 or 17 years old? I wasn't too bright.
And you could use it for different things, too. Yeah, that's brilliant, man. That is awesome.
Wait, what else could you use it for? Like ordering pizza or something? Or?
Yeah, order pizza, calling your girlfriend if you don't even want to talk to her, text, like shit like that.
Oh, you could break up with your girlfriend over teletype.
Exactly. There you go. When you could break up the. Come on, bro. You had like 5. I remember, bro. You had like 5 AOL girlfriends, bro. Don't think
I was engaged to my first AOL girlfriend. Actually,
Yo, I remember, dog. I remember.
Wait, had you met her in person or?
No, we met in that Eminem chat room. It was like the first girl I ever like started like talking to. We were together for like 2 years before I actually like flew out there and met her in person.
How'd that go?
Yeah, how'd that go?
It was awesome, actually.
Okay, cool. All right.
We were friends with this kid we had never met, but he was like really rich. He bought our engagement rings.
Wait, a engagement ring from you?
For us. Like he bought both of our engagement rings.
Dude.
That's pretty sweet.
Yo, AOL is something else, I'm telling
like
you.
$2,000 a piece. It was like 24 karat white gold.
God. Tags, yo. What?
Yeah,
That's
I know.
Crazy.
Like you could tell this stuff to someone and they'll be like, what?
Well, so then what happened?
I kind of screwed that all up because I started seeing someone closer to me. And yeah, that was bad.
Long distance is tough.
Really
It is.
We still talk too. Like she's got kids. She's married now.
Does she still have the ring?
No, I don't even know what happened to that ring, honestly.
Y'all pawned that shit. It's over with. But it's funny though because those long distance relationships you guys used to have, like it makes you guys closer. So like I bet you she like hits you up and talks to you all the time, even the shit that she's going through and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's definitely created like a long lasting friendship on
Yeah, most definitely.
Ever have.
That's how me and Tragic are. That's how me and Wayne are.
Yeah, I haven't talked to Tragic in forever.
He's doing good. He's doing good. So, you have any more questions before I tell my story?
Yeah, well, so everybody hated Buddha.
Yeah.
Dude, you had to be there, man. You know what? You could put this on here, because a lot of people are gonna acknowledge that. Even Buddha's probably gonna laugh about it because he was a good dude. He did everything, man. He was a jack of all trades. He programmed. He made music. I don't know what else he did, but he did a lot of shit, And then he used to make these, like, he'll make an idler, right? And then the chat send would be 4 fucking chat sends. So every minute he would send 4 chat sends. And it was like ridiculous because I'm like,
Seems a little excessive.
yes, exactly. And then like the italic.
And the program looked like shit too, right?
Oh my God, dude, you have to.
Yeah, the eye faces were choppy.
Dude, you have to get your old hard drive and bring it up, please. So you could see this shit.
I think I have a lot of his stuff too on there.
Yeah, we need to see this.
I'm sorry and I love you, but no, it was bad. But he had a little following. He had it going on. You know what I'm saying? One thing about Buddha that I respected, that he was just really stronghold. He held on. He didn't care what nobody said. He was just still going, and that was cool about it. That was something really cool about him. I respected that. I respected his hustle.
I can tell how much you believed that because you kept slapping your hand.
Because it was just I used to come in his chat room. He load up his program, and I'm just like, God, I just have to leave the chat room because I can't see what everybody else is scrolling. Because here he comes, he's cracking at 2,000 rate per minute, and he has 2 cracks, and his handle is Buddha, and he's from here, and then here comes the other chat send. He's from da-da, and then some other bullshit chat send that don't even belong in that program. I'm just, at the time, the date, I'm like, yo, Buddha, stop. Stop.
It was overly verbose.
Yes. And then the chat send, it wasn't pretty at all. It was bold, italic, Arial font. It was just terrible, man. I just don't know what computer he was using. Maybe he was on Mac or something, and it looked different. But it was just terrible. Buddha, I love you, man. Respect. I love you. Please don't swat me. Please don't social me. Nothing like that. Even though I think you can never do that, but I love you, bro. I love you.
Even though I think you can never do that.
I don't think he's in the scene like that anymore.
Even though I know you're incapable of it, you're just asking for it.
I said, yo, because it was like that, man. But Buddha's that he had his own website. He had his little crew. I remember at one point he had a
Buddha Inc.
Yeah, Buddha Inc. It was just crazy. It was just crazy. I know a lot of people could vouch for me. And Buddha, keep whatever you're doing, man. If it's still working, keep going, man. Because
we just hope you have better.
Wait till we bring this. You see the eye face. You're gonna be like, wow. And remember, this was made probably in 2004, 2005. Windows XP, probably Vista. No, Vista. Or maybe Windows Me.
It was XP for sure.
Oh, okay.
Wait, so is he using not common VB6 controls, or he just used poor font choice? Are you seriously ragging on him for his font choices?
I think he used C++, honestly.
Damn, for real? I didn't know that.
I don't think he used VB6 language.
He sounds kind of like a badass if he's using C++.
Yeah, I'm telling you, because you didn't know where he was coming from. So that's why I never talk shit about him.
Maybe that's all he could use was Arial,
Yeah, so he was, because he used to come out of nowhere, because at one time we wouldn't have cracking methods, and then he'll come out of nowhere cracking at 2,000 rate per minute while we're over here cracking at 100 rate per minute. I'm like, yo, Buddha, where you get that method from? He's like, don't worry about it. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, yeah, I coded myself. So let me get straight. So Buddha is in his mom's basement, and while you guys are laughing at him,
we don't know that.
I think I envied him back in the day, honestly, but everyone else talked shit to him, so I just followed that.
I mean, think about it. He's saving, every paycheck is going right into savings, and he's the one laughing, right?
Yeah, I'm telling you. And then he had his own studio. He was doing it, man. He was doing it. And he always used black and red, bold italic, Arial font. That's how you know it was Buddha. Yeah, he was badass.
Oh, black and red. Oh, wow.
Yep.
And I'm gonna say this right now too. I forgot. I wanted to bring this up. Everybody used to hate this guy named Kali. Capital Kali. He was this guy from California. He used to write in this dark blue italic Arial font. And he was just always talking crazy to everybody. And he had these connections some way, somehow. He would own you some way, somehow. And nobody could ever put their hands on him. And I think, and personally, I'm going to put this out there right now. I think he was made up and everybody used him as an alias. And he was never true to begin with. I just want to put that out there.
Wait, you think different people were impersonating a person that didn't exist?
Yes, because he would come in wet chat rooms with a host and gag the whole room and then go to other rooms. And he used to just do, balls off the wall stuff. Like, he never had friends. He never was in a group, nothing like that. He would just go in at random times when like things were hitting the moment or when when things were drying out. And he was just like a nuisance because he would just say a lot of weird, funny, fucked up things. Like he would always be like, beat my chest, some shit, some crazy. I never paid attention to him, but other people always brought him up, and he was just like this big figure in AOL, and everybody used to just always not make fun of him, but just always talk about his phrases and stuff like that. Personally, me, shellz, I think he was fake, and that's all I want to say.
Were you Callie?
You know what? I did impersonate him twice. I'm not gonna lie, I did.
Oh man, I was joking. Oh wow. Okay.
No, I did.
Okay.
And you could put this on here. I impersonated him twice, and you know what the crazy shit is? I just cracked Elite. Elite, in our terms, is like a one-word screen name, as an OG, how people say it now. And it was like Adventure or something Majestic, something like that. And I just cracked it. I didn't change the password to it. And then I was sending source codes back and forth to my friend, to Nas. And it was a fresh method. It was like, I was on 56K, I was doing like 3,000 a minute. And that was pretty fast. And I just cracked the screen name. And then I'm in the screen name VB and just Callie's just talking shit. I'm like, whatever, man, this dude's an idiot. And then all of a sudden, my screen name gets signed off. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And I try to sign back in. And the password's changed. I'm like, you know what? The original owner probably changed the password to it. So I get back on my other screen name. I go back into the chat room, and fucking Callie is in the chat room using my fucking program, my cracker, and just doing what he does. And I couldn't say shit about it. I just had to laugh, and I just had to go. Just keep going. Understand that. Sorry, that was my phone. And to me, that was like one of the craziest times. Like, that was just, I couldn't do nothing about it. Like, seriously, I couldn't.
He took over the screen name, and then but then he had your program. So he cracked the same account.
He cracked my lead. I wasn't even in the chat room for 2 minutes. He cracked my lead, and I was sending source codes back to me and this guy that we were working on this cracker, and he cracked my lead. And then I go back into the chat room, and then remember, it's not even a executable yet. It's not even a .exe. It's still the source code. So we're sending back source codes back to each other. And I guess this motherfucker loaded up VB6, downloaded my source code from the email that I sent to Nas from the screen name that I just cracked, and just started cracking screen names with it. I'm like, yo, I can't say nothing.
How do you know he used your source code? Why would he?
Because he loaded up my cracker that I was sending back and forth to my friend.
Wait. So, like, you mean like in the chat room, the text that your cracker would say in the chat room?
Yes, that's how exactly. Yep, exactly. It was called Rush, and I think everybody was using it. She was about to die anyway, and it was a good cracker. It was a good lightweight cracker. It didn't have a bunch of shit in it. No Trojan, no keylogger, no nothing. And I wanted to send it out to like my friends and shit because everybody was using like I Can Crack. And that had like a Trojan on it or something like that. And then certain type of people were using Crack Network, and not a lot of people had that at that time. And yeah, so I was, with that leak that I just cracked, I was sending it back and forth to my friend for that 2 minutes that I was on it.
So, tagz. What did you think of Callie?
I don't even remember that name, to be honest. I have no idea.
Well, shellz claims that everybody knew about Callie.
I have no idea who he's talking about.
Dude, watch. Once this comes out, they're going to be like, wow, what? They might debate with me because they used to say his mom worked for AOL. He had connections, this and that. Because he would just come at certain times. And he was just this. ignorant dude, and he would just say the craziest shit, like I'm beating on my chest, I'll beat you up, like stuff like that. It was just funny stuff, and then nobody could say nothing to him because I guess he was just so elite and so powerful that, or maybe people didn't even take him seriously, but I didn't. I
have no idea.
But you impersonated him.
If Callie, if you're listening to this, bro, and if you're for real, all right, just come out, and just say, and just I don't want like don't even put that in there. Don't even put that in there.
All right, we'll cut that. Okay. All right. So anyway, shellz, if you could tell us what happened with you, did you get in trouble or?
All right, I was like 14. Everybody else was like 15, 16. But as Camel used to say, we all used to be in this conference. So that's how a lot of people, because there was people from AIM and AOL in those conferences, and people you never met. And you're like, I never met this guy before. So he could be like some noob and he's just talking. But there was this guy named Silence. He was, I don't know if he was deaf or blind. I forgot what he was. But he was so good. I don't know if he was a phone freak or what, but I remember he could tell each and every dial tone by ear. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like he knew every dial tone. And he would have you rated and swatted in seconds. He was just really dangerous at the time. Well, for us he was. And personally, I was scared of him. And then whenever he was on that conference, I did not I left that motherfucker.
You mean you didn't mess with him, you're saying?
Yeah, I was scared of him because I don't know what I don't know what he's going to do to me. I'm just some regular damn kid to him. I never even heard of this dude ever. I never seen him in the chat rooms, nothing like that.
Even his name is ominous. Silent.
Yeah, right? And he's freaking blind. And he could tell dial tones by just the hear of it.
Like so Daredevil or something.
Yes, this dude's on a different level. Like, nah. Like, I'm not even playing with this guy. But I remember one time, it was all of us, the whole squad, the whole crew. And we were socialing. I'm not gonna say who was it or when it was. But there was like at least 10 people on the conference. And then we were pulling screen names. And then all of a sudden I heard, who is it? It's the police. Open up. Bah! And they just break through whoever was on the phone's door. And he's like, yo, I gotta go. And I'm like, dude, what are we doing? Are you serious? And then after that, I just never joined conferences after that. Because that's literally scared me. Because I don't want to get swatted. Like I didn't know how serious. You don't know how serious it is until you get in trouble. That type of thing. I knew I was doing bad shit by carding and acting like I was somebody else, but I wasn't. Social engineering. But once you see it in the moment and you hear it, and you're like, what the hell? And then all of a sudden, next day, 5 people of your buddy list get locked up, and then all this and that. You're just like, whatever, man. I'm out. I'm doing something else. And then after that happened, I started messing around with AOL a little bit more, and then
wait. So you're like, oh shit, I'm done with this, and then you started messing around with it again.
Yeah, because it's hard. It's tempting. It's like a drug. It's like heroin or crack or something. Yeah, dude. Like it's like you need it, because it was a rush. You're like, oh man, and it was a rush, And
So you got scared momentarily, and then you just went right back to it.
Yeah, because like 4 of my like real close like people that I talk to every day, like that did a lot for me, and I did a lot for them.
So it gave you pause, and then you kept moving.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna go back and just do bullshit, like find methods, exploits. But when I came back, there was nothing. Like it was dried up. It was a tail end of AOL, And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. And then that's when I ended up just messing around with PlayStation and Xbox after that.
Like just playing games in there, or like
nah, but like
hacking them or what?
Something
or
like
pirating?
that. No. I remember there was
Xbox Mafia.
Nah, I never got really deep into that, but I had relatives that were deep into that. But like OG users, I still have the name Camp. I still have Orbit. I still have.
Like cracking Xbox usernames or something.
Yeah, well, socialing them, the names and stuff like that.
Wait, you mean like calling the call center and being
yeah,
and trying to get the password reset or whatever. Or like
Exactly.
that kind of thing.
Same shit like AOL. And then have something called JTAG too that people had. This is like old Xbox hardware, but it was something called JTAG, and it was like, I don't know what it was, a motherboard, I don't know what it was, a hard drive, I don't know what it was, but it was inside of your Xbox, and then you could join lobbies, and you could have like auto aim. You could like jump super high. You would never die. I remember in Halo 3, I was doing that a lot. And then in like Modern Warfare, Black Ops, I would like host a lobby, and then everybody would get like 12 prestiges in one game, stuff like that. But then
Interesting.
but then Xbox would, I guess the Xbox itself had an IP address. So when they catch you doing that, or somebody reports you, a lot of the times they ban the IP address of your Xbox.
That's it? The IP? Whoa. Wait, the MAC address or the IP?
It got to a point that I had to buy another Xbox to get online. Like the Xbox could not go online.
It might have been the MAC address. So there's definitely ways to spoof your MAC address, but that's interesting. Okay, so you've tried to buy Brandon, but I would think the only way they could actually ban it. Well, I don't know. Maybe it sends like its serial number and stuff too.
Yeah, it's a name of it. I forgot what's it called, but there's actually a service that people have. I don't know if they still do, but you could buy another IP tag or something, and they could just install it in the Xbox, and it would just give you your Xbox a new IP address. This has been so long, I forgot what's it called, but yeah, it was like a service like that. And then, or if you didn't want to do that, you just had to buy a new Xbox, a whole new JTAG too. At that, the JTAG costed money too.
Interesting. Cool. So did you guys get into anything else?
Nah, that's pretty much it. Like from all that experience, like I seriously can't thank my parents and AOL enough, just for getting me into my career and stuff like that. That's pretty much it. And I'm grateful that I didn't get caught. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Tagz, any parting words to the listeners?
I wish it was still a good service to go back to. Like, I miss it, and like getting to know people and stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely miss programming.
I probably had the most genuine friends on AOL that I had in real life. That's a fact.
Yeah, I still have people I talk to.
Oh yeah? You still talk to people?
I said I still have people I talk to from like back in the day. Like, we're best friends now.
That's really cool.
Hey, if I know Corrupt, you probably listen to this. Schizo, Nas, Space, SPSE, Nam, NAM. Send me an email at shellz@AOL.com. I miss y'all a lot.
Nice.
That's pretty much it.
You guys want to say anything to Camo?
I mean, I talked to him personally, so.
Yeah, I'll just, what up, Camo? That's all.
You knew him? You knew him, Tagz? You knew
Yeah.
him too? Okay. You knew Virus too?
Yep.
Yo, I was telling Steve, he needs Virus on here too.
He needs Buddha on here.
Yo, yes. Yeah. Please.
I want to talk to Callie, man.
Yeah, try to find it.
I think you're talking to Callie right now.
Yeah, right?
I was only Callie twice. Like, if you find Callie, I would personally send you $1,000. Like,
Whoa.
Dude, yo, I didn't even know he was going to get Camo on here. Seriously, I had to take a 2-hour break just to listen to this AOL Underground featuring Camo at my job. It was the craziest thing ever. My blood pressure went high. It's crazy.
So probably when Callie comes on, he'll be like, yeah, so then I just signed off and signed right back on, and I told everybody that I stole the screen name. Literally, it was just the whole time.
He didn't say nothing. He just loaded up my cracker and just kept cracking away. I'm like, all right, man. Like, I ain't like.
That leads me to believe
it was you impersonating yourself. No.
Oh yeah, nah.
You had a split personality that you didn't.
Nah, seriously, because I felt like everybody else was doing it. So I'm like, I'm gonna join the club too. So let me stop, man. People are gonna think I'm fucking crazy. Seriously.
No, this is a good place to end. No, I'm just kidding.
No, seriously. Please find Callie. Callie, if you're listening, get your bitch ass on here. All right? Seriously, get on here.
All right.
And if whoever impersonated Callie, just fess up, because I was the first one to say it. That's it.
You heard it here. You know he's serious, folks. He's clapping.
Yes.
You heard it first.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks a lot for taking the time to come on. It was nice.
Hey, Steve, I appreciate you, man, and thank you for everything. And Tagz, man, I can't believe you did that shit to me, bro, but appreciate it, man.
It's all good.
All right. Later, guys.
All right. See ya.
Welcome to cyberspace.